Hello friends, welcome to my kitchen. In a small bowl, combine 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of black pepper, and 1 teaspoon of curry powder. Add a drizzle of olive oil. Mix everything thoroughly until the spices turn into a smooth, fragrant paste. Friends, it warms my heart to see where you're from. Share your country and city, and if you're in the US, let me know your state. Now take 3 chicken breasts. Pat them completely dry with paper towels. Taking this extra minute makes all the difference. Now, take shallow cuts across the surface. Just like in the video, these little pockets help the flavor travel deep into the meat. If you have any questions about the recipes, leave them in the comments and I'll respond as soon as I notice them. Then, pour the spice mixture over the chicken. Rub it in slowly with your hands, making sure every cut is coated. Chicken breast is rich in lean protein, nourishing and satisfying without feeling heavy. The kind of food that keeps you strong and energized. Next, pour olive oil into a frying pan. Add about 1/4 of a stick or 30 grams of butter and let it melt gently. Thank you for being with us, dear subscribers. You can now support our channel by becoming a sponsor and enjoy early access to new videos. We truly appreciate your support. As it begins to foam, slice 2 garlic cloves in half. Place them into the pan and let them warm slowly. That familiar garlic scent always brings back memories of evenings when everyone in the house suddenly appeared in the kitchen, asking what was cooking. Add 2 fresh sprigs of thyme and let the herbs release their oils into the butter. Remove the herbs and garlic, leaving that beautiful base behind. Then, place the chicken into the pan. Sear on both sides until a rich golden crust forms. Let it sit without touching it at first. That patience creates color and seals in the juices. Turn it carefully and brown the other side. We are not cooking it through yet, just building flavor. Remove the chicken from the pan. If you liked the video, feel free to give it a like. Your support is always welcome. Now grate 7 ounces or 200 grams of Emmental cheese. As it falls into soft, pale ribbons, you can already imagine how beautifully it will melt. Smooth, creamy, and gently nutty. Emmental is rich in protein and calcium, helping support strong bones while giving the filling that luxurious stretch and softness we all love in baked dishes. Transfer it into a bowl. Finely chop 2 garlic cloves and add them in. That sharp, unmistakable aroma rises immediately. The kind that always signals something hearty and deeply satisfying is on its way. Add them to the bowl. Then finely dice one small onion. Take your time with it. As the knife moves through the crisp layers, that fresh, slightly sweet scent appears. Bright at first, almost sharp, but promising tenderness once baked. Onions are naturally rich in antioxidants and compounds that support the immune system, quietly turning a simple ingredient into something nourishing. Add the onion to the cheese mixture. Next, dice 5 to 7 ounces, or 150 to 200 grams of mushrooms into small cubes. As you slice through them, that familiar earthy scent rises, the kind that instantly brings back memories of slow weekends, when something hearty simmered on the stove and the whole house felt warm and unhurried. Mushrooms have that quiet, comforting depth that turns an ordinary dish into something that tastes like it's been cooked with time, patience, and care. Transfer them into the bowl. Dice half of a red bell pepper into small, even cubes. As the knife moves through its crisp flesh, that bright, fresh scent rises instantly. Slightly sweet, slightly green, and full of life. Red bell peppers are naturally rich in vitamin C, supporting immunity and everyday strength. But beyond that, they bring color and lightness to the filling. Add it to the bowl. Finely grate 1 carrot. As it turns into delicate orange strands, it almost melts between your fingers. Carrots are full of beta-carotene, supporting vision and healthy skin, while adding a subtle, natural sweetness that gently balances the savory ingredients. Add it in. Then add 2 to 3 tablespoons of mayonnaise. Mix everything thoroughly until creamy and well combined. Now, place the chicken onto a baking tray lined with parchment paper. Carefully spoon the filling into the cuts, pressing gently so it settles inside. Then spread the remaining filling over the top. Transfer to the oven and bake for 20 minutes at 360 degrees Fahrenheit or 180 degrees Celsius until the cheese melts and turns lightly golden. Now take 3 to 4 sweet potatoes, slice them into medium wedges. Sweet potatoes are rich in fiber and vitamin A, supporting digestion and healthy skin, and their natural sweetness always reminds me of simple autumn dinners when something roasted slowly in the oven. Place them into a deep bowl. Finely grate 3½ ounces or 100 grams of Parmesan. It adds depth, calcium, and that unmistakable savory finish. Add it to the sweet potatoes. Next, grate 3½ ounces or 100 grams of Emmental. Add it as well for melt and balance. Drizzle with olive oil. Add 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of black pepper, 1 teaspoon of paprika. Mix everything thoroughly so each wedge is coated. Spread evenly in a baking dish. Bake for 30 to 35 minutes at 400 degrees Fahrenheit or 200 degrees Celsius until caramelized on the edges and tender inside. Now prepare the salad. Chop 2 handfuls of fresh spinach. Spinach is naturally rich in iron and vitamin K, helping support steady energy and strong bones while keeping the dish light and vibrant. Place the spinach into a large bowl as the fresh green base of our salad. Slice 1 cucumber into half rings. Cucumber is wonderfully hydrating and refreshing, helping the body stay balanced and cool. Let the slices fall gently into the bowl. Cut one large tomato into wedges. Tomatoes are full of lycopene and vitamin C, supporting heart health and adding natural brightness. Scatter the juicy wedges over the greens. Slice half of a red bell pepper into thin strips. That bright, crisp sound as the knife moves through it always brings back memories of summer kitchens, when vegetables were sliced slowly at the table and the colors alone felt joyful. Add the strips into the bowl. Chop 2 to 3 celery stalks. Celery supports digestion and brings that clean, crisp bite that lifts the whole salad. Add the celery pieces into the vegetables. Take one avocado, cut it in half. Remove the pit. Dice it into soft cubes. Avocado is packed with healthy fats that help the body absorb nutrients and keep the salad satisfying. Fold the creamy pieces carefully into the bowl. Cut feta cheese into cubes. Feta provides calcium and protein, and its slightly salty richness balances the freshness of the vegetables. Sprinkle the cubes over the top, completing the salad with a creamy finish. For the dressing, pour 2 tablespoons of olive oil into a small bowl. Add 1 tablespoon of lemon juice, 1 teaspoon of Dijon mustard, 1 teaspoon of honey, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 1/2 teaspoon of black pepper. Whisk until smooth and glossy. Pour over the salad and toss gently. Now take the chicken out of the oven. The surface is beautifully golden, the cheese gently bubbling and lightly crisp at the edges. The aroma is deep and inviting. Place a stuffed chicken breast onto a plate. Add the roasted sweet potatoes beside it. Finish with a generous spoonful of the fresh salad. Let's try it. The filling is warm and creamy, melting gently into the tender, juicy chicken, while the caramelized sweet potatoes on the side add a deeper, slightly sweet contrast. Everything comes together smoothly and naturally. It feels generous, comforting, and beautifully balanced. The kind of meal that makes you slow down and truly savor every bite. I truly hope this recipe brings warmth, good memories, and a feeling of care into your home. Thank you for cooking with me today. But that's not all. I've a second equally delicious recipe for you. Take 2 chicken breasts. Cut each one lengthwise into 3 pieces. This helps them cook evenly and gives us the perfect size for rolling. I always love working with chicken breasts because they're so versatile and can take on so many flavors. Today, we're going to make a simple yet delicious dinner that's perfect for any night of the week. It's a family-friendly dish that everyone will love. Friends, I always enjoy knowing where you're from. Please share your city and country. And if you're in the US, let me know your state. If you have any questions about the recipe, don't hesitate to drop them in the comments, and I'll reply as soon as I can. Now, cover them with plastic wrap. This step helps keep the mess contained while we tenderize the chicken. Grab a meat mallet or rolling pin and gently pound each piece of chicken to tenderize it. You only need to pound it on one side at first. This makes it easier to roll later on and also helps make the chicken juicy when it's cooked. Friends, if you enjoyed the video, a like would be much appreciated. It's the best way to support me. Once you've tenderized one side, sprinkle some salt and pepper on that side to season it. I like to season my food as I go because it helps layer the flavors beautifully. Don't be shy with the seasoning. It adds so much depth to the dish. Now, flip the chicken over and repeat the process on the other side. Pound it gently, making sure the chicken is evenly tenderized on both sides. Then sprinkle some more salt and pepper on this side. This ensures that both sides of the chicken are well seasoned and ready for the delicious fillings we're going to add later. Now, take a few slices of ham, cut them in half, The ham gives a beautiful richness to the chicken, just like those comfort foods that make you feel like you're wrapped in a warm hug. Lay 2 pieces of ham on each chicken piece. This adds a savory, salty layer that pairs perfectly with the sweetness we're about to add. Next, take a few canned pineapple rings. Cut them in half. Then slice them into half moons. The sweet, tangy pineapple really brightens up the chicken. It's one of my favorite combinations. Lay a pineapple piece on top of the ham. Now, carefully roll up each chicken piece with the ham and pineapple inside. You can secure them with toothpicks or kitchen twine. This is where the magic happens. Once they're all rolled up, they're ready for their crispy bacon blanket. Take a pack of bacon and wrap each chicken roll in a slice of bacon. This adds that perfect crispy, savory touch and helps lock in all the flavors. Plus, who doesn't love bacon? The smell of sizzling bacon is just irresistible. It reminds me of mornings when my mom would cook bacon in the kitchen, and the whole house would smell so warm and inviting. Bacon truly has a way of making everything feel a little more special, don't you think? Friends, if you like my content, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications for more recipes like this. Now, take a baking dish, grease it lightly with olive oil. You can use a paper towel to spread the olive oil evenly, or just use a brush. Once greased, place the chicken rolls into the dish. Bake them in the oven at 360 degrees Fahrenheit or 180 degrees Celsius for about 20 minutes. While the chicken is baking, let's cook the pasta. Fill a pot with water. Add 1 teaspoon of salt. Stir it well. Once boiling, add half a pound or 250 grams of pasta. Cook the pasta according to the package instructions. Next, in a bowl, add some arugula. Now, cut 12 to 15 cherry tomatoes in half. These tomatoes are so sweet and juicy, and they add a wonderful burst of flavor to the salad. They remind me of summer picnics with family, picking tomatoes straight from the garden. Add them to the bowl with arugula. Then take 1 cucumber, peel it. It's not just crunchy and refreshing, but also packed with water, helping to keep you hydrated. Cut into thin rings. It adds a nice crisp texture to the salad. Cucumber is low in calories, making it a great choice if you're aiming for a light and healthy meal. And let's not forget, it's full of antioxidants, which are wonderful for your skin and overall health. After slicing, add the cucumber to the bowl. Next, take half of a bell pepper and slice it. Bell peppers are a great source of vitamin C, which helps keep your immune system strong and your skin looking fresh. They also provide fiber and antioxidants, which support heart health and overall vitality. Once sliced, add the bell pepper to the bowl, bringing a pop of color and flavor to your salad. Now let's work on the red onion. Slice half of it into thin strips. Red onions bring a lovely mild sweetness to the dish, and they're also packed with antioxidants. They help keep your immune system strong and support heart health, just like bell peppers. After slicing, add the red onion to the bowl as well. Now, add 2 tablespoons of Philadelphia cream cheese to the bowl. For the dressing in a small bowl, combine 3 tablespoons of olive oil, 1 tablespoon of lemon juice, 2 teaspoons of oregano, 1 teaspoon of black pepper, 1 teaspoon of salt, and 1 teaspoon of mustard. Stir it all together until well combined. The mustard adds a little tang and ties all the flavors together so beautifully. Pour the dressing over the salad and gently toss everything together. The freshness of the veggies and the tangy dressing will perfectly complement the richness of the chicken and pasta. When our pasta is ready, drain the water off it. Then add a quarter stick or about 30 grams of butter to the hot pasta. Grate 6 ounces or 180 grams of soft cheese. As we grate the soft cheese, I always think back to those family dinners when we'd gather around the table and someone would always be grating cheese with so much love. It adds such a comforting, creamy texture to the pasta that's just unbeatable. Add half of it to the pasta. This makes the pasta so creamy and flavorful. Then, grate 2 ounces or 60 grams of Parmesan cheese. The nutty, salty flavor of Parmesan really elevates the dish. It's one of those cheeses that reminds me of special occasions, whether it was for a holiday meal or just a cozy Sunday dinner with the family. Plus, it's packed with calcium and helps strengthen your bones. So we get a little bit of health with all that deliciousness. Add it to the pasta. Mix all the ingredients very well. Now, take the chicken rolls out of the oven. They should be golden brown and crisped to perfection. Sprinkle the remaining cheese over the top of the chicken rolls. Then return the dish to the oven for an additional 10 minutes. Once the chicken is ready, take it out of the oven. The combination of flavors here is just incredible. The juicy chicken with the savory ham and sweet pineapple, the creamy pasta, and the fresh, vibrant salad. Serve the chicken alongside the creamy pasta and fresh salad. This meal is light, flavorful, and satisfying. Everything you want for a family dinner. The crispy bacon on the chicken gives it that perfect crunch, while the pasta brings comfort, and the salad adds a fresh touch. Thank you for cooking with me today. Until next time, happy cooking!